Good afternoon, everybody. It's Camo Dave's show for the 11th of May 2021 afternoon edition. This is Rosie O'Kelly. You know, she's a nomad. She, does travel around in her van there and travel all over the West most of the time. She's been East, she's been West, but she's Reno, Las Vegas, Los Angeles, up the coast of California there. She's based Santa Rosa, anyway, which is a beautiful little town. Just up to the northeast of San Francisco. So anyway, she's a YouTube veteran. She's been on YouTube for many, many, many years. She has multiple different channels. And I know that's redundant, multiple different channels. She has multiple channels, and she's, a veteran. She knows how it works. Anyway, we won't get into it. She's had some other controversial issues this year, especially with a certain nomad who goes by the name of Elvis, but that's not what we're dealing with here. Apparently, she had something go on with YouTube. Apparently, in the past, she's used snippets of music in some of her videos, but I think especially ones where she talks about old radio tuners. That's one of the things she does is she restores old radio tuners. Anyway, so those big old stereo Fisher, thingy dingies that used to, put your speakers on and put the headphones on and groove to the music. So she had some music that she got from a free site, apparently, okay? She was all in the clear with the copyright, no problem. It was copyright free or they allowed whatever she did. She did video after video for many years, no problem. And then all of a sudden, apparently, from what we've heard from various sources and what she's talking about here, is that all of a sudden now, either the copyright holder changed or changed their policies, and now they are coming and striking, not striking, but putting down copyright claims on our old videos, okay? There's a difference between a strike and a claim. A strike means, yeah, your channel's in jeopardy. A claim is just, we want you either to take it down or get it unmonetized or whatever. So all of a sudden, out of the blue now, she thought she had music she could legally use, and now all of a sudden this company is claiming that she can't, and a number of her videos have been copyright claimed, and she's having a problem with YouTube, and they've at least for the time being demonetized her channel, which means she's not making any money on her videos and stuff like that. So, anyway, that's what we know so far. I probably got it about 82% right. I'm sure there's more aspects to it. I do have a call into Rosie, and if she calls me back and get more deets, I'll post them in a future video. But in any way, and one of the things YouTube does now when you have a dispute like this is they don't want to get involved. They say, you had this music in your video, this company's claiming they have the copyright on it, and they're hitting you with a claim, and that's all they see, and and then you argue back. But wait a minute, when I used the music, it was I could use it. They let me use it, no problem. It was okay. But now things have changed, and they go back and whack you. That's what happened to me, Camo Dave, using clips. For years and years, I could use people's clips. There was no problem with it. Nothing happened for years, and then all of a sudden something changes, and now even if you use a few seconds of someone else's video, you can get smacked for that. So so you got to go back and take them all down or do something, and that happens a lot. So the question is here, is it fair for the policy to get changed years after you've already put these videos up and they were okay? And now the policy for some reason has changed, and now she's getting copyright claims. So she has gone back and obviously deleted a pile of old videos, and that's what you do when you're a nomad these days, a YouTuber these days, is you delete, and as you can see here, she's in negative numbers on Social Blade, which means she's deleted videos, which is bizarre because how can you have negative views? There's just no way to have a negative view. Either you watch it or you don't. But how do you unwatch something? I don't know, man. So that certain nomad we don't talk about, what's her name? Carol or Camper Carol or something like that. I don't know. We don't talk about her much anymore. She does a video on touting a certain frigidator for your a car refrigerator is what it's called. And so she does a video on that for 8 minutes and talks about the car, refrigerator. I guess you can use it in an RV. She has a link to it, you know, one of the product linked to it in the video, so you can save $15% off it if you use the special code. And then after that 8-minute video, she posts a 27-second video because apparently certain people wanted to see what the inside of the fridge looked like, and she didn't show that in the original video. So then she uploads a 27-second, did I say 27-minute? 27-second video of that. So, okay. This is Vice, V-I-C-E. It's a very popular news service there. Apparently, this YouTuber named Boogie 2988. There's the news right there. There's the news. Okay, you can read it just as well as I can say it to you. I was watching Demonic Abyss today. He tipped me off to this, so thank you, Do. Member of the Camo Dave News Army. Yes, he does have a card. YouTuber Boogie 2988, according to Vice, has a warrant out for his arrest following an incident where he fired a gun in the air last year. In September of last year, his name is Stephen Williams, who goes by the name of Boogie, fired a warning shot in the air after banned YouTuber Frank Hassel showed up at his house. Now he has a warrant out for his arrest. Aggravated assault, which YouTuber Keemstar says is related to the incident from last September. This all happened in beautiful Washington County, Arkansas. And he is apparently, Williams is listed in the warrant section of its notes, and notes that the warrant was issued on May the 7th. And noting that the warrant is for aggravated assault and his bond is $5,000. Apparently, according to Keemstar, Boogie has an attorney and is perhaps going to turn himself in as of tomorrow. So we'll wait and see. Anyway, so Boogie, why do I bring up Boogie? Because Boogie was hanging out with Adam the Woo about 6, 7, 8 months ago. They were both doing some of the Disney parks together, and I've always enjoyed his videos. I mean, I don't really watch Mr. Boogie much, but he does have an interesting channel, and I do occasionally watch him. This is his channel. He does a lot of gaming stuff, so that's probably why I don't watch him that much. There he is 3 days ago with a carpetbagger in St. Louis. So he does hang around with some of the nomads. So yeah, so all right. So yeah, there is some connection to some of the channels we cover. 4.24 million subs. Let's do some letters. These are some letters that have come into my Camo Dave at gmx.com account. Van Campen Woody says, I've been living the nomadic full-time lifestyle for 5 years and have met other like-minded nomads that know and practice pack it in, pack it out. And though it's become an issue with trash being left behind by others, we normally step up and clean the camp and leave it better than what we found. That's very good. We were talking today about how more and more campers are seeing trashed campsites and how it's more and more difficult for the rangers and the staff at these campsites to clean everything because of the pandemic and all that other stuff. So anyway, yeah, pack it, leave it better than when you got there. Gail Landis says Unstoppable Morgan is looking for a first mate true captain for her boat. She's buying a boat. One of the requirements is that, what? Well, what? I'm not going to get into all that. Her requirement, whoop. Okay, whatever. Woke up anyway, so. Yeah, she should be in a TV comedy sitcom. Yeah, I do agree with that. Charles D says, I found the perfect nomad vehicle. Okay, all right. There it is. That looks like something that Rob, Little House Off Grid, would design, right? Yeah, I'd like to see someone drive that on a windy day. We get something here also from Charles D about the whole behind the psychology behind Mr. Line Screw and his constant concern with Carolyn's RV life. Many Canadians have ancestral Indigenous Native American roots, writes Charles. Native Americans are a big part of Canada, much bigger than in the U.S. Whether Andrew Linescrew has these roots or not, he felt deeply insulted by Carolyn's RV Life's commentary during her trip back to Canada. She was passing through British Columbia on her way to Alaska like 2 summers ago. It's like 2018, wasn't it? Anyway, Andrew was so patriotic that he will never let this go. All Carolyn's RV Life has to do is apologize and, for her alleged not flattering comments about the people and spirit of Canada, and Andrew will leave her alone forever. But it has to be heartfelt and sincere. A short "I'm sorry" won't suffice. So now we kind of know what's going on with Mr. Linescrew. Now some comments on my channel, my Camo Dave channel. Johnny B says campgrounds should charge a trash deposit. You get it back when you leave if your site is clean. If you leave it trashed, you forfeit the deposit. That might make campers think twice about trashing the campsites. Very good idea. Put down a $25 trash deposit. Oh, I scratched my arm and the camera shakes. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. And if they just take off without cleaning their site up, they lose their $25, and that money goes to hiring somebody to clean it up, right? Good idea. Oh, SC1212 Abel says, with the gas shortages looming, we have parked our gas-guzzling Class A motorhome and have moved onto our sailboat. As long as there is wind, we're not burning any diesel fuel, even if we have to turn on the engines. Those two 75 HP Caterpillar Marine diesel engines are very fuel efficient. Both engines at 80% power only burn about 3 to 4 gallons per hour. That's still a lot, right? I mean, a car, I guess that's not bad. You have to have a big tank though, right? Yeah, By Pinkerton says this could be interesting. RVs lining up along the roads out east because they ran out of gas. Yeah, here in North Carolina, it's getting bad pretty fast. I checked some stations in Morganton, Western North Carolina, over the last hour or two. I did hike around, and I noticed that a number of the smaller stations are closed now. At least their pumps are, with out of gas signs or bags on the handles. And the stations that are still open, usually the bigger ones, usually have quite long lines there. So I don't know, man. I don't know. Mark from Arizona is criticizing my morning rant this morning because it was 22 minutes long. And M-Trade says, yeah, half the video is rambling. There's always double speed. Watch it. Click on the little gear icon at the bottom of the lower right-hand corner of the screen. I'm watching at double speed, and then a 22-minute video instantly becomes only 11. Good to know. I just said that, and E4 Mafia says, I love your channel and I love the videos you make, but if you're going to continue to make 22-minute videos, I'm going to have to start speeding you up at 1.5 speed in order to not to take up my whole day watching your videos. Well, you see these certain people out there that are doing YouTube review videos, and they're like live streams that are 2 hours long. 2 hours. Ryan Everton, he's the guy I went up to Northern Virginia with about a month ago. Yeah, people are self-centered and lazy. That's talking about cleaning up the campgrounds. I think a big part of the problem at campgrounds. That's exactly right. By the way, am I Doxinator 2.0? Yes. We'll call you, well, actually, there's only one Doxinator, but we'll call you, Brian Heffernan, the Heffernator. How about that? Odd 17B, I guess we're talking about Randy's junked up RV there on Auge Acres there up in Williams, Arizona. Odd 17B says abandoned junk heap RVs are the biggest reason campgrounds will not allow vehicles older than 10 years. Being stuck with the cost of hauling one of those off the grounds is astronomical. A good rule of thumb is to always carry a box of trash bags and help people clean up when you're at campgrounds. Good idea. People are disgusting, and that will never change. Drives the cost for all of us. It's true. That disgusting 10% drive the cost of camping up for the other 90% of good pack it in, pack it out people, right? We have Bojangles down here. It's a big chicken place. It's all over the South. You got them in Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina. Kimberly says for a limited time, Bojangles will have a camo-themed Big Bow box. in honor of National Military Month. Just thought you'd like to know. Dotsie's back porch looked inviting, shade, nice and cool. You would look good in that truck. Oh, that little Japanese truck I was showing the other day. Yeah, have a wonderful day. Aww. All right, everybody. Thank you so much for watching the Camo Dave channel. Letters and more for the 11th of May, 2021. Thanks for watching. Log under.